We've got an electric crowd here in Golden State's Oracle Arena. It's New Orleans facing the NBA champion Golden State Warriors. This is it, opening day. The regular season is set to begin, and we're thrilled to bring you all the live action right here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And joining us in a bit later from the sidelines, Doris Burke. Now let's take a look at the starters for New Orleans. Pondexter and Davis fill up the forward slots. Evans and Gordon are the guard set, and it's Ashik in at the center position.
You know, Anthony Davis, seen as a defense-first superstar when he was drafted out of Kentucky, but his offensive game has really blossomed so much that you'd say it's defense now where he still can really improve.
Now here's Ashik, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one, drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there. And it goes on Draymond Green.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
And for Anthony Davis, a tremendous shot blocker. Great mobility for his size, Clark. He can be a terror, certainly, defensively.
Yeah, he's got all the tools, Kevin. I mean, I think as he grows in his awareness and positioning and anticipation, he'll be a player who can contend for Defensive Player of the Year every year.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
A nice bounce back here for Harrison Barnes, Clark, in year 3. Moved into the starting lineup last year and really responded.
Yeah, he did. I think he benefited from the new system. He was miscast as an isolation scorer, but when he can spot up for threes and catch the ball on the move, that's his game.
Here's Curry after Eric Gordon's bucket. Curry kicks to Bogut. Passes to Barnes. And Ashik sends it back. Wow! Evans passes to Gordon. Evans, a screen on Barnes. Gordon dishes to Evans. That one goes. Count it. Evans has got his first bucket in this one.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Harrison Barnes, very athletic. He certainly passes the eye test. And with his size, he can punish smaller wings and create mismatches. And then also he can play some small ball power forward at times as well with the way they like to space the floor.
Now Gordon after the missed 3 from Klay Thompson. Just 5 on the clock. Evans attacking, lays it up and banks it in. Evans has got his second bucket of the night.
I tell you what, you better watch out, fellas. He is on fire here today. And you talk about Harrison Barnes overall. He had a nice uptick in his rebounding last year, and that was a goal of his. He wanted to get his activity level up, and oftentimes the difference between being good and great is just making those small incremental improvements in different facets of your game.
Davis sets a screen. Gordon kicks to Davis. Back to Gordon. A floater. Goes up again. Ashik, no good.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Pelicans leading by 3. Here's Gordon. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And you know, guys, Eric Gordon was an unbelievable three-point shooter last season. 45% from behind the arc. The first time he's been over 40% in his career.
Spates checked in for Andrew Bogut. Alexis Ajinça has checked in for New Orleans. Curry. It's rebounded by New Orleans. We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. There's the pick. Evans goes in. Up off the screen. He lays it in. You know, we were talking about Eric Gordon. He's always had great range, but not always the great shot selection.
You know, and that's a great point because, you know, we see now that he's starting to mature, starting to value every possession, and that's good news for the rest of that team.
And here's Evans following Draymond Green's 3. Outside, Davis. Sweet little floater.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Greg, you're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Green passes to Spates. Golden State moving it around. Thompson misses.
You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
No doubt about it. The defense, you can see him exhaling right now. Fortunate that he didn't knock that one down.
Shot by Gordon, wide open. Can't make good off the pick. Looking at the last game for the Golden State Warriors, it was a win against the Lakers in Los Angeles.
Yeah, he went for a little extra on that one.
Well, he usually doesn't finish soft, obviously. You know, he can when necessary, sure, but not that time.
Not when you can throw it down like that.
Yes, sir.
And he gets it to go. Ajinsa's got his second bucket of the game to go.
That's what they're hanging their hat on today, fellas. Hard-nosed, smash-mouth play down on the low block.
Old-fashioned, isn't it, my man? Old-fashioned, pound the rock basketball, and it is definitely working for them.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Down low. The basket good off the assist from Evans. Evans has got 3 assists in the game. There's 14 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Outside Curry. Inside. And it's blocked. And they get it back. And some nice defense there to end the quarter. And we reach. And Steph Curry, a player within the gym range, told us about his comfort stretching the floor.
Anywhere 5-6 feet outside that three-point line, if I have a dribble, if I catch and shoot, if I have a good look, I think Coach will allow me to take that shot. And it's tough to guard, especially when you see a couple go in. That basket gets a lot bigger.
I was going to say, Greg, how big must that hoop look to Steph Curry? And tough to guard might be the understatement of the day.
I mean, he is just an insanely great shooter. I mean, arguably, I don't think there's an argument. He's the best shooter in the world. The argument is whether or not he's the best shooter ever. And listen, I can imagine there's very few times that Coach Curry is not going to allow this Splash brother to let her rip.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. Guys, what stands out to you from the Pelicans in this one?
Anytime you can get to the rim consistently early in the game, it allows you to get into a good rhythm offensively.
It really does. I mean, it's a lot easier to get buckets inside. That's elementary, and they've done that through one.
Setting the floor now for the Pelicans. They've got Cunningham, Holiday out there with Norris Cole. Then there's Ryan Anderson, and it's Ashik in at the 5.
And a sturdy screen set for him that time, and he doesn't fool around, just straight to the rim for the finish.
No way for his man to get around that one, that's for sure.
No chance, Kevin. I mean, the screen was in the right spot. His feet were set. He would have had to go straight through him, and that's not legal. Well, I tell you, the Warriors roster fit together hand in glove. They were led by the Splash Brothers, but the front court and the bench really complemented the rest of the team perfectly because all of the players for the Warriors were extremely versatile and highly skilled.
Just 2 to shoot. They get it again. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
They are really getting the work done inside with their rebound.
The defensive backboard has been controlled. They have not allowed a lot of second chances. It's been about one and done for the most part. And I'm not talking about leaving college.
Yeah, I know you're not. That's a bunch of good rebounding taking place there, boy.
As you're talking about the Warriors, you know, they were built to play with each other last year. The bigs could all pass very well, and that set up the three-point threats.
And then even on the defensive side, I mean, they had players that really complemented each other. I mean, some undersized power forwards who countered with rim protectors. I mean, they also had the length at every perimeter position to switch on any play. So they are equally as adept on that side of the ball.
Here's Cole. Harrison Barnes picking up that last basket. Holiday, no one around him. Another miss by Holiday. Warriors trail by 4. Thompson inside the line. That's short off the rim.
And even though he missed that, you have to take those shots when you get the opportunity.
Exactly. They don't come much better or easier than that.
Outside Holiday. And the Pelicans miss again.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And how about Harrison Barnes, the Black Falcon? I mean, he was a high school phenom in Ames, Iowa, and a lottery pick back in 2012 after 2 seasons at Carolina. Remember also in high school, he was a teammate of Dougie McBuckets.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Bazili's checked in for Bogut. Iguodala comes in for Draymond Green. Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for Klay Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Curry. Davis setting the pick for Gordon. Cans it from downtown. Gordon's got 7. Harrison Barnes, of course, went to North Carolina, grew up as a huge fan of former Tar Heel Michael Jordan.
Yeah, you know, interesting, his mother started taping Jordan's games on the VCR years before he was born. His given name, Harrison Bryson Jordan Barnes. How about that for a factoid?
I didn't know that.
Nor did I.
And here's Evans after the three-pointer from Andre Iguodala. There's a screen. Davis dishes to Gordon. And he banks in the layup. He's got 9.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Here's Evans. Lays it in off the breakaway. And it's a 6-point New Orleans lead.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
And guys, Tyreke Evans is so versatile. Great instincts, well-developed skill set. He can beat you every way you turn.
And the Warriors with some changes. Spates comes in for Azili, and it's Thompson in for Barnes. Here is Livingston. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Thompson with the bucket.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Sometimes, for whatever reason, a lot of times you don't know why. It takes a little while to work the knocks out, but it looks like they're putting it together right now.
And back to Tyreke Evans. He's a big, muscular guy for a wing. 7-foot wingspan, that arm span we've all admired and read so much about. Too strong for off guards, too quick for small forwards. He's kind of got a ubiquitous position.
He does. And Kevin, you know, it's funny. A lot of people have tried to place him in a box in terms of position. Instead of just saying he's a basketball player, the guy's strong. He's got tremendous physical attributes. Combine that with the ball handling and his confidence, and it gives you an interesting mix. I mean, he's one of the more unique, multifaceted guys we have in our league.
Here's Barbosa following the score by New Orleans. Livingston kicks to Thompson. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. Pelicans ahead. They lead by